accept the minutes. All right, thank you. Accept the minutes of the November 8th meeting. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any visitors, comments and petitions? Is anybody here that wants to raise anything that's not already on the agenda? Okay, with that, ferry service update. I haven't heard anything from John King, so I don't think we have an update on that tonight.
Other than general unhappiness with the winter schedule being in effect. Can I say something? Yesterday, I got back from lunch and William Geary was here to say hello, and two people from HR. You probably should have come when the selectmen could have met you, but instead of just talking to me. They were out here just looking at the island. These two people hadn't been out here. So
it is disappointing that they didn't let us know that they were on the island and we could have.
I mostly just complained about the winter schedule. But he just laughed.
Okay. Sea level rise update. We have a recommendation that we'll approve in a minute. Our next committee meeting is scheduled for next Tuesday, the 28th of November. And after that, on Thursday, December 14th, we have Joan Walton from the state who oversees one of our funding sources, who's interested in understanding more about our project and where we are, in the hopes of helping us identify, opportunities for future funding. So we will likely be reaching out to you, Janet, and others to schedule, make sure we have kind of a schedule for her that day to make her feel welcome.
Will it be an afternoon or an evening?
I'm assuming it will be an afternoon thing, but we can work out what works best. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Joan Walton.
Joan Walton.
Yeah, and she'll have a couple of other folks with her. I'm not sure yet exactly. Some of the rest of the folks are joining her. Any other questions? Okay. Update on the municipal building project. I know that Pete is online.
I am.
Do you have the update or?
So, yeah, so we did part ways with H.E. Callahan, and we've been talking with and have voted in favor of working with Ledgewood. They or the company that did the school project. I think they're very capable of handling this. They also have been working already on our project with Mark Willett at Steve Blatt's office, and have identified a number of areas that we can change things, not necessarily reduce the scope of the project, but change things, and it should be saving us quite a lot, and hopefully we'll get this project back down to our designated budget. And I think that's about all I really have to say about it.
Any questions for Pete?
I do have a question. Because I wind up harping on this issue because it's close to my heart. I saw in the email that we were sending to H.E. Callahan that they had an outstanding bill with Eileen Boardman for $800 for housing.
I'm coming here just because I want to hear you. Yeah.
I was looking at the email about what we were paying out to H.E. Callahan, and it said $800 was owed to Eileen Boardman, presumably for housing. And I was just wondering how long they stayed, and if that's the average you're going to be paying for the construction workers who were in the house.
They had a lease signed with Eileen, and they broke it, and so that's why they're paying that. But Ledgewood is not looking to house people on the island. They're going to be doing 4 10-hour days, and they're going to try to use the Quicksilver as much as they can to get people on and off of here.
Okay. So that must help the budget out a little bit then. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Good enough. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? And my understanding, Pete, is that right now, because until you have that maximum bid price, we're not entering into a formal contract with Ledgewood, so you don't need a formal vote from the select board at this point to move forward. This is just an update. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything you
Yeah.
want to add, Linda?
No, I think that, I'm glad to have that clarified.
Yeah, and Ledgewood has stated that their pre-construction work, if the project should not move forward, would be on their shoulders.
Great. That provides a good incentive to come in under budget. On budget, anyway. Right under budget.
Great.
All right, anything else on municipal building? All right, upcoming meetings and subcommittee reports. We've got a planning board meeting on November 27th. Anything else to report?
I think the library committee has a meeting coming up in a couple of weeks, I think before Christmas. They're working on a policy manual.
I saw that thing.
Yeah.
I never get their notices anymore.
Yeah, I'm
I
not,
don't know if they're set, you know, like.
the dates,
No,
like
I've
the dates,
never put them on.
I think they're set. We added an extra meeting because they've been trying to get through this policy handbook for what sounds like over a year.
Have you seen it?
And yeah. Yeah, so I've sat through the discussions now twice and
I think it's overkill. It's-
it feels like overkill. They're very concerned about doing everything by the letter.
Mhm.
And they're anxiously awaiting our approval after they've reworded some things and made it a little more official. So we're wondering like to what capacity we really are gonna go through it. And if we really do need to be like really using legalese language and making sure it's perfect, or is it sort of, it's what oversight are we about to have with that policy, or the things that I should make sure that they have in it? So that we're,
Is it an employee manual or is it a what's?
I think it's like, it seems to cover basic library operations as well as the role of Melissa and Richard and the board of trustees and how we notify at meetings, and
I'll show it to you.
it's quite the document.
Yeah,
It's really amazing.
Is it anything to do with this sustainability issue that Melissa is?
I don't think so. I
Okay, I
think there
wasn't
might be a
sure if
little
that was
bit,
tied in with that.
no, that's another deal entirely, which they've voted on and approved, and hopefully it does good things for us. I'm
Okay,
always a little skeptical myself of those sorts of deals where you pay money to get a course and then have to pay a yearly subscription fee to maintain a certification. But probably could do it without that, but, you know. But it's good, it's a good thing. Good goals.
Great. Yeah, my only question or concern about it would be making sure that it didn't conflict with any other town kind of employment information, that kind of thing, but
Yeah.
as long as it's sort of specific to library operations rather than town employment, that
It
makes
seems
me
to
more
be,
comfortable.
yeah, it's more, I think it's more like how we're supposed to act and the goals of the library, what they're trying to do. A lot of discussion about what to do with challenged books
Mm,
and how to handle those
Mm.
situations, so.
I'll pull it down. I did print it out a while back. I thought I stuck it up by my library notebook and I haven't,
Would you like me to send you the working file we have? It might be
maybe.
more up to date, and I think it has colored edits for
Oh.
suggesting what.
Nice, who's doing that?
Laura's sort of leading the charge on it,
Oh, nice, Laura Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then, Brooke Hua, or Brooke Waugh, I should
Wow.
pronounce it properly.
Okay, yeah,
Has a lot of experience with this sort of thing, and
Oh,
she's
great.
a big help guiding them along. Yeah,
she's
She's
in
good
a
at
got some time.
yeah, she did. She did have there.
Awesome. Anything else on meetings or subcommittees?
Subcommittee, planning board subcommittee on December 4th at 4:30.
All right, Janet, town manager's report.
All right, I've given you minutes of the Lighthouse Restoration Committee meeting of October 26th. And in these minutes, They are asking, it was recommended that they're saying that they are allowed payment for store sales and restoration donations be made by credit card and debit cards. Catherine Dempsey feels we should use Square in the gift shop. And I just wanted to say, I'm not ready to do this for them. I don't know how we would record it, how it would get into our Trio. You know, I think, if Catherine wants to do that for herself, she has a lot of items in the gift shop. You know, maybe she could she probably uses Square already? You know, for the amount of sales that they have, and I think, if people want to make donations, they can always call here and put it on their credit card. You don't have to.
So right now, everything that is, all the gift shop sales are cash or credit card
Check.
or check, sorry, cash or check, and the checks are delivered here to be
Correct.
put into
Weekly.
their account.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll suggest they just come here to make the donation or contact you and not, you know, we could put the information publicly there and say, if you want to use a
Yeah,
credit card,
sure.
here's the number, here's the.
yeah, because we don't have, currently at the transfer station, Jeff, they've asked for Square too. We don't have Trio up there, our accounting system, and I'd like to keep it as simple.
Mhm.
You know, we have enough things going on. They don't need to be watching the museum or Jeff even for, at that point. You know, at some point, maybe we would get Trio up there. We could do that, but, it just opens up another.
Yeah, or if there's an add-on service that maybe is a third party that interfaces with Trio, but it seems like particularly if we need to, if Kathy let us know she's gonna be retiring over the next 6 months, we should get that transition in order. before
We're
we
going
take on
through
additional-
Trio Web, which is something that we've been putting off. Vern kept saying, wait until after the revale. You know, he didn't want anything to get involved with the revale and cause a problem, so. That's something we'll probably have, we've booked in for it, and I haven't heard back a date. And Tina thinks it'll be easier, because it's just everything will be on the web. You can have several pages or a couple pages open at a time, that sort of thing. So after something like that, maybe there are, you know, options. You know, programs or something that would make something like that easier, but, at this point, I don't feel it's necessary, but
Okay,
wanted to share that in case you didn't read those minutes and they asked you. You've got an email, copy of an email I received yesterday from Gabe. It was to the Economic Sustainability Corporation regarding the future sale of the Quicksilver. I don't know if anybody had heard about this, but I just wanted to share that information with you. And I did hear subsequently from Roger that Economic Sustainability would not be buying it, but they don't want to be involved with something like that. And they perhaps might help fund it, you know, from if
someone might be
someone,
interested.
yeah. You've got an email in here from David Pendleton and with, rules for the use of the Maple Grove Cemetery Road. He came through and I've got some instructions to, do, but it's only for the residents of East Shore Drive, and we'll be placing a sign at, he says Main Road, but it's Pendleton Point Road, that we'll be placing a sign so people know that. So that was really good news. I was waiting to hear.
Yeah, I feel like it would be nice to send a formal thank you to them. for-
Yeah, I mailed a letter to the committee.
Yeah,
And you have a letter from the DOT from September 12th, which I just received, informing us of future 2024 light capital paving for Mill Creek Road, Ferry Road, and West Bay. And they'll do the same thing they did a few years ago. It's at 5/8 in overlay. You know, not a great thickness for paving, but they're just letting us know. And I sent an email on the 20th to the Energy Committee requesting they investigate moving the EV chargers located at the Public Safety Office. This came up at the Energy Committee meeting. Fred Porter expressed concern if there were a fire in the vehicle and they're so close to the building. So, and I did get some information from Maine Municipal Association and forwarded to the Energy Committee, and they recommend if it can be away from a building, put it away. Like you notice Tesla has the shopping centers are way down the end of the parking lot. So they're aware of it and they understand and they agree.
Okay.
So I've given you a copy of draft committee chairs. And you can all look at and see there's some empty ones here. Broadband project's gonna need an ex officio. Energy Committee will need, the bottom ones don't really. Shay, we're considering you the ex officio and C level, of course. Dave Dyer, the school committee, there's no ex officio there. But so if there's anything there that you're on, or I'm saying you're on, and you're not, and you don't wanna be, let's just think about that. Broadband, vacant, and groundwater.
I have to be under on the harbor.
Yeah, harbor. Select board
Broadband,
member.
do you know when broadband meets?
They might meet quarterly. I don't know if I've seen a schedule.
Or something I could take on.
You wanna do that? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was my hesitation with, jumping onto a different committee is, as we all are quite booked right now, but a quarterly thing I could definitely make.
Yeah,
work.
I'll find out for Roger if he has a schedule.
Melissa, were you on energy?
I was getting ready to ask, did I get kicked off of energy?
Oh, I wouldn't kick you anywhere.
You got like,
Energy, well, it's empty, yeah, it's empty.
I've been the person on it for.
Yeah, I don't
year.
know why, I went through that listing that we have, so I
No
was very easy to add you.
And it looks like we just have a duplication. We have broadband project and then the outdoor municipal broadband, but they're not two separate committees at this point, correct?
No, I thought municipal broadband, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I must have had two lines in. Correct, that's duplication. Melissa, you're on the museum, I think, are you going on there tonight, is that what's on the agenda?
Oh, I'm on
Or-
the cemetery.
Museum, I have museum. here.
Right, and we did.
But you're
cemetery.
doing the cemetery?
Yeah, we
Oh.
did cemetery a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay, all right, cemetery. No one on got there, so I hadn't updated this since that meeting, Melissa, cemetery.
Yeah, we're doing museum tonight. Okay.
So maybe at the next meeting, we can have Pete on broadband and. Is it appropriate to have anyone on Board of Appeals? I thought for some reason that
There hasn't been anyone,
I thought for some reason that was actually inappropriate to have a select board member on the Board of
maybe,
Appeals.
they're gonna be
But
making this.
I'd wanna look at that,
Yeah.
before we
And
appoint.
just because I say no one on there, just might mean we haven't.
There hasn't been someone.
Okay.
Cause that says exclusions, members of the select board or their spouses, town employees, planning board members or their spouses, CEOs. And their spouse, pollution control committee members or their spouses, the assessor, assessor's agent or employee or their spouses, so it's exclusion.
So, then A.
We can't.
That's the only one I can think.
Okay. Sounds good,
All right, so I'll update that.
thank you. Anything else?
Oh. Maybe there was a note. Sorry. I just wrote this down. My post-it stayed there. Next week, I may have to call a special select board meeting for a general assistance. If I'm gonna do I have a case coming up for foreclosure perhaps. November 30th is the deadline. And if it doesn't work out for general assistance, we'll have to go through the poverty abatement route, which would involve you all approving that, but if it's general assistance, I can take care of that. So I'm working with, getting some more information to find out which way that's gotta go, but hopefully you'll know Tuesday morning. Monday, not very different Wednesday, so just wanted to let you know.
Is there anything else?
Now, no.
No correspondence? Okay, no old business. The new business, the Sea Level Rise met last Friday, and we are recommending that the select board approve, the way it was sort of worded was approve Janet to enter into a contract with GZA as the engineering firm that we would work with. They are a very experienced firm with offices in New England. They've worked in the Great Lakes and in the Mid-Atlantic. They do environmental work, they do permitting work, they've got engineerings, and they also kind of do construction. So they are large enough with enough diverse experience that while they're taking on this very this piece right now of just doing the alternatives analysis to help us figure out a plan at the Narrows. If we work well together, there's the possibility that as we get to the next stage of permitting and that kind of thing, you know, perhaps we would continue to work with them. At least it would be an option. So that is our recommendation, and I'll entertain any questions.
Sounds like a good fit.
All right. Could I have a motion to
So moved.
approve Janet to negotiate a contract with them for $50,000?
Oh, like the money part comes in a little bit later.
Well, it
But
is
still-
grant funded and they came in at budget, which is
Right.
great in the contract.
No, I still stick with so on my way. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving, thanks, Linda.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye.
And
Excellent.
you said that was GZA.
GZA, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a person.
Right, we have, we have a team of people that we interviewed and, they got we had sent them a lot of questions. They got us really detailed answers back. There's still a little bit of work to do to make sure that we finalize the work plan, but I think, it was good to have, it was scary to only have one company submit, but we talked a lot about that and we were very pleased with the quality of the candidate that we got. So ultimately we feel good. All right, no other business. Next up, approve warrant number 11 for $352,510.13.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Aye. All right, appointments. I move that we appoint Melissa Burns as ex officio to the museum committee with thanks.
Dramatic effect.
I'll second that.
All right, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, the only comment is happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and sending well wishes to Lauren as she recovers.
I think she was due back tomorrow on my calendar.
Second year of Thanksgiving, well, and I would have next one, but nobody was at the Thanksgiving tonight or this afternoon. I was gonna thank people for coming to the school Thanksgiving. but-
I was bummed to miss it. The kids look forward to it every year.
It's fun. They sang Ivy and happy birthday for the end, which is cute.
That was adorable. Happy Thanksgiving. Wishing everybody well, stay warm, stay dry, stay happy.
Bye. I don't think it's gonna rain.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if we could be any more spread out today.
Force of habit.
That's where my name is, this is where I
That's
stay.
fine.
All right, motion to adjourn. So much.
Move that
Aye.
as you want it to go.
Thank you for hanging with us, Fred. Bye, Fred. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.